of life or debt. Bank of Mom and Dad. Moving in tonight at 10, only on SoapNet.
I will.
Kim.
Thank you. Goodbye. You want me to come down to the police station tomorrow morning and take a look at some more mugshots?
So I gathered.
What's the matter?
I have been trying to tell you I have a board meeting scheduled tomorrow morning to start at 8 o'clock and go through till noon.
Mother, they only want me.
Well, I don't want you going through that alone.
Thank you. But really, I'll be fine.
Are you sure that man you saw this morning is the same one who mugged you?
Positive. I only saw him for a second, but he looked into my eyes and I knew. Besides, why else would he run away like that?
The whole thing makes me very uneasy, Kimberly.
Well, don't let it. Mary will be there, too. And she's certain she can identify the man he was with.
Just be very careful.
Mother, I'll be with the police. How much more careful can I get?
All right.
Isn't anything happening tonight?
Such as?
I don't know. I thought Dr. Bolak was coming over.
Oh, he said he might, but I'm afraid it's a bit late for that.
Well, you'd think he'd at least call instead of letting you sit around and wait all day.
Kimberly, it's perfectly all right, and believe me, I am not sitting around waiting.
Well, I'm glad you're not mad at him anyway. I think I'll go out for a little while.
You'll do what? No, you won't. Kimberly, it is late.
It's only 9 o'clock.
Where do you want to go?
I thought I'd walk over to the hospital and say hello to Adam Cohen.
That is not a wise idea.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, if Dr. Cohen is at the hospital, presumably he is working. That's the first place.
I won't bother him. I'll go over and say hello, and if he's busy, I'll come right back. You never know, he might be off duty.
Kim.
What's the second place? If there's a first place, there must be a second place.
The second place is that I said no, and that ends the discussion.
Why don't you like Adam?
I have nothing against Adam. What I don't like is the idea of you involved with a man 10 years older than yourself.
I'm not involved. How involved can you get just saying hello? Besides, what if he is 10 years older? Doesn't that mean he's mature enough to know what he's doing?
Kimberly, this discussion is at an end. Beyond everything else, I really don't relish the idea of you wandering around the streets alone.
Well, then I'll take your car. Or are you afraid we'll blindfold the chauffeur and start necking in the back seat?
Oh.
If you're so worried about Adam, why don't you call Dr. Bolak and get a reference?
Aha.
What?
In other words, wouldn't it be a lovely idea if Seneca and I were to just have a cozy little conference all about you? We could have it over drinks now. Who knows what might happen?
What's wrong with that?
In the first place, Seneca and I are good friends. I have told you that. I have also told you that if and when I do decide to start dating, I will date when and whom I want to. So please, save yourself and me some time and effort and stop trying to fix me up with Seneca or anybody else.
I don't know anybody else.
That is not the point.
The point is you're getting all upset over nothing. I'll see you in a little while.
Kimberly, come back here.
Good night, Mother.
Kimberly! Now, I told you to come back here. And if you go out that door, I promise you, you will be back at your grandmother's so fast you will not know what hit you.
You don't mean that.
Try me.
Didn't you get my message?
Yes, I did. That's why I'm calling. I was concerned. How is your cold?
Oh, it's just terrible.
Oh, it's probably just one of those 24-hour things.
Oh, no. I mean, I don't think so. This definitely feels like it's gonna last for at least 48 hours, maybe 50, or longer.
Aren't you feeling any better by now?
Oh, no, worse, much worse. It's all settling into my chest, you see. I mean, my lungs, you know, they're all congested. I keep sneezing and throwing up. And...
Delia, you can spare me the details.
Oh, I just thought that you'd be interested.
Well, I am concerned about you, but say maybe you should have your husband check you out.
Oh, he is. In fact, he's been watching me very carefully.
Well, that's very reassuring. I'm sorry you're having such a bad time of it. Did my little present cheer you up?
What, the coat?
No. You mean nothing else arrived?
Dan, you promised me you wouldn't send me any more presents.
No, I didn't.
But you can't.
Can't isn't a word that I've ever taken very well to.
But if you keep sending me things, Roger's gonna get suspicious. I already had a terrible time trying to explain that white mink coat.
I'm sorry. I don't want you to have a terrible time over anything. I just want you to be happy.
Well, I already am happy. You don't have to give me anything more.
Was that your doorbell?
Oh, yeah. I better go. I'll be right there.
Well, it's probably just the messenger. I'll hang on. I'd like to hear your reaction when you see what it is.
Okay. No, it's not him. It's my best friend, Sister Margaret from St. Aloysius. She came by to check up on my cold.
Your best friend?
Oh, yes, we have a lot in common.
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, I don't want to keep her waiting, so goodbye.
All right, till tomorrow.
Miss Delia Coleridge?
Yeah.
Package for you. Just sign that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, I'm sorry I'm so late.
Oh, that's okay. Did you have a hard day?
Oh, 3 emergency cases, 5 hours in surgery, but I managed to save a few lives.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean that you had to work so hard. Now, why don't you sit down? You must be exhausted.
What's going on?
Nothing. Why?
Well, you seem a little nervous.
Oh, that's just me. I'm happy to see you.
Oh, this is very nice.
Why don't you sit back? I'll rub your neck.
Oh, thank you. Tell you the truth, I am exhausted. What do you say we have a quick drink and then some dinner? Oh, I assume there is some dinner.
Well, of course.
And then we'll get to bed early, hmm?
Oh, I'd like that.
Yeah, I want you to know that I know exactly what you're doing.
What?
Well, you're making a real effort, and I certainly appreciate it.
I just want us to be happy.
We are. You know, things were rough there for a while, and it was as much my fault as it was yours. And I was a little disconcerted by the fact that you lied to me about selling your fitch to buy the white mink coat. If you want a coat, buy a coat. Just don't lie, hmm? No more lies. Everything is so good right now. I don't want anything to change that.
Neither do I.
I think little John settled in for the night. I sat with him till he dropped off. You know, you've been giving me looks like that all day, lady.
I wasn't aware that I was giving you any particular look.
Oh, no. There, you just did it again. Just then, just then. Look, I'm not sure I can take much more of it, so maybe we should try and clear the air.
What have you to say, John?
Well, I don't know. It's just that... No, I don't think I can apologize for what happened last night in that restaurant. I mean, there were all these guys dressed up like waiters with guns under their jackets. And that lady charging in and claiming Novotny had her husband killed. Now, what was I supposed to do? Close my eyes, pretend I was blind, pretend it was just a nice family dinner with my future in-laws? I did what anybody would have done. I mean, somebody had to speak up.
Yes, naturally, that somebody had to be you.
Well, who else? Look, my daughter is marrying into a den of gangsters, and everybody's treating me like I'm committing the crime. I did it for her.
Yes, well, unfortunately, your daughter doesn't see it that way.
Well, my daughter seems to have lost every shred of common sense she ever had.
Your daughter was by here a while ago, you know, to pick up the rest of her things and to tell me that she was never coming back to this house. Yes. And she also told me that she's going to have a small wedding in the side chapel so that she can spare you the hypocrisy of having to give her away.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
I tried. I couldn't. I don't know, I suppose I was still hoping.
Look, sweetheart, it's just a matter of a man trying to do the things he has to do.
Don't, John. Just don't. I'm too angry, and I'm not ready to forget it yet.
Don't. Why can't that girl see what she's doing? Now, here the man has already split her away from her family, and it's just the beginning. I can see the day when... And you know who I blame for all of this? Finelli. Oh. Introducing my daughter to a known criminal, encouraging her to break the family tie.
John, stop it. It is nobody else's fault but yourself.
Oh, lady, you were there. You saw. Doesn't it bother you at all?
Yes, of course it bothers me. I mean, I don't know what to think about Tiso Novotny being my daughter's father-in-law or just uncle-in-law, whatever he's supposed to be. I'm not comfortable with any of it, John. But I really would like to know what you were trying to accomplish by doing what you did last night.
What was I supposed to do? I don't want to see my daughter hurt. I love her.
Well, then trust her. She loves Joe. I mean, you've got to trust what's in the girl's heart.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, you better start trying, or you're going to lose her. And you're going to regret that for the rest of your life.
You wouldn't do that. You can't send me back.
Oh, I can. Whether or not I will depends on you. That's better. Remember, as I told you, if you're going to stay here, we play by my rules.
But you won't let me do anything. I might as well be back in Topeka.
Well, that's your decision.
Don't do that. I hate it when you do that. I'm trying to talk to you.
Kimberly, the discussion is at a close.
Because you say so?
Exactly.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's not the way it works. I know you're new at this, but I have a few things to say, too, and I don't think it's... We'll talk about this later.
No, we will not.
Mother! You...
Hi.
Hello, Seneca.
I hope I'm not stopping by too late.
Oh, no, no, no. Come on in.
Thank you.
Hello.
Well, how's the patient?
It's better. Believe it or not.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I feel just fine.
Oh, good, good. I hope you're still taking it easy.
Well, I don't have too much choice, do I?
Kimberly?
I get the impression I just walked in on something.
It's nothing, really.
Only that my mother is under the impression that I'm going to ruin my life by going over to say hi to one of your doctors. She thinks Adam Cohen is a very dangerous person. You see...
No, I heard you the first time. I think you owe your mother an apology.
What?
I suggest you apologize to your mother.
You don't understand. I was just going to go over and say hi to Adam. You'd think it was a big deal or something. I tried to explain to her that there was nothing to worry about. You know him. Would you please tell her?
I don't think you'd like what I have to say.
Why not? Don't tell me you don't like him either.
Kimberly, I never said I didn't like Dr. Cohen.
Well, you might as well have. Would you please tell her?
I like Adam Cohn very much. He's one of my best residents. I also happen to think he's much too old for a girl your age to be interested in. Knowing him as I do, I can't believe he'd allow that to happen.
Kim, I don't object to you wanting to make friends. I understand that, but it's late. I don't want you walking around right after you've been mugged when we don't know who could be waiting for you.
Your mother's concerned about your safety. She's made her decision. You're just going to have to abide by it.
Oh, no, I don't.
Now, as I understand the situation, you're here of your own free will. Your mother has agreed to accept your decision. She spent a great deal of time and effort rearranging her life so you could be with her. Now, she is paying the bills. She's bending over backwards to accommodate you in every way. I think the very least you can do is be gracious enough to meet her back halfway. Does that seem an unreasonable request?
Yes. No. All right, I apologize. I'm sorry, Mother. You too. I was wrong. I'm glad you're my mother's friend.
So am I.
Well, I probably should be getting to bed. You two probably have a lot to talk about.
That's all right, Kimberly.
No, I've been enough bother to you as it is tonight. You don't need me around. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Kim.
You managed that very well.
Oh, I'm sure you could have handled it.
I don't think so. The only thing I could come up with is to threaten to send her back to her grandmother.
Would you have done that?
I don't know. Yeah, somehow over the past few weeks, without me really noticing it, she's become a very important part of my life
Wasn't she always?
in a very different way.
I'm glad.
In any case, I'm very grateful to you for what you just did.
Well, it was my pleasure anytime.
I may call you on that.
Dr. Coleridge, hello?
Hello, is Delia there?
Who's this?
Tell her it's Dan.
Delia. Delia.
What?
Do you know someone named Dan?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, doesn't everybody know somebody named Dan? Why? I mean, Dan who?
She wants to know Dan who.
I love her sense of humor.
What? That must be Mr. Fox, my broker. He said there might be some important news tonight. Hello?
Well, hello. Hey, you're sounding much better. Seems I was right after all.
No. I mean, yes, I definitely am interested in the late international report on rice.
Did you get your present?
Yes, I appreciate it.
Ah, good.
I don't think I'll be able to keep the order, though.
We'll discuss that in the morning. Meet me here at the corporate apartment.
Delia, what is this?
It's really important, Roger.
Yes, you might say it's vital. 10 o'clock?
I just don't think I can meet that price.
Yes, you can. And wear the earrings. I've spent the entire evening imagining how they would match your eyes. Oh, by the way, they're real.
But that's too much.
So are you.
Dan, Mr. Fox, I think this whole transaction is wrong.
It's a little late for that kind of talk.
No, it's not too late.
Delia, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Roger.
Get the hell off the phone.
I'm afraid I'll have to discuss this another time.
Well, first promise me you'll see me in the morning.
I can't.
Delia, if you hang up, I'll just call back again.
Don't.
Well, then say yes now, and we'll all be able to get a good night's sleep.
Delia?
I'm trying. Listen. All right, I'll have to go along with your decision.
Ah, good. 10 o'clock then. Good night, my love.
Goodbye. Oh. Good night.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm going to sleep. It's really late.
Not before you tell me what that was all about.
It's just business.
At this hour?
Oh, Dan said to say he was sorry. He apologized for calling so late.
Well, that's very considerate of him. And since when do you call your broker Dan?
That's what I always call Mr. Grimley. Except his name was Horace.
Delia, what was he doing calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning?
It's only 2 o'clock in the morning here. It's much later in Europe and much earlier in China. Now, people have been up all day eating rice and not eating rice. And this is a crisis. I could lose everything.
Delia.
Roger, please just hold me. I'm so scared.
A new original reality series on SoapNet. Mom and Dad are moving in for a financial intervention. It's a matter of life or debt. Bank of Mom and Dad. Moving in tonight at 10, only on SoapNet.